The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that the Penguin will be the villain in the upcoming, Matt Reeves Batman movie that may or may not star Robert Pattinson as Batman. Now, this is somewhat old news because that's been reported and rumored before, and I think I've done a video about the Penguin being the Batman villain before. But, there have also been reports, they're being revived now, that in the script there's going to be multiple Batman villains, maybe up to 6, and that Catwoman may make an appearance. And I think, Catwoman, I'm sure that whatever 6 villains or multiple villains are chosen, they'll all be well known to the public because most Batman villains, all of Batman's most famous villains are pretty iconic. So, Penguin and Catwoman are very famous, but I'm sure the other 4, if there's 6 whole villains in total, they'll also be famous people too, like Mr. Freeze, the Riddler, whatever. It's not like, it's going to be like Penguin, Catwoman, and then like 4 other characters whom no one's heard of before. But, Penguin and Catwoman are the only ones who we've heard about so far, I think. The most recent ones we've heard about so far who might be in it. And I think they have some things in common because, Catwoman's not necessarily always a villain to Batman. A lot of times she's his ally and she's also an anti-hero. But I think what the Penguin and Catwoman have in common is that of Batman's rogues gallery or sort of rogues gallery, they're the ones who are kind of the most like all about the money and, the weapons or stuff. Like, Poison Ivy has this weird, like, eco-terrorist thing going on. Mr. Freeze wants to be, like, he just is, I don't know. Mr. Freeze a lot of times wants to turn the whole world cold. The Joker's all about just causing chaos and being a serial killer. But, Penguin and Catwoman, although, they're pretty hard, they're not, hesitant to be killing and messing people up either. Their motivation is we just want to make money. They're the most, I guess, realistic criminals in the Batman universe, the most famous ones in terms of their motivation. Penguin just wants to be an arms dealer and make some money and run his iceberg lounge. I don't think he wants to take over the world or like turn people into like monsters or anything. Catwoman just wants to rob people, have her jewels and have money too. So I think it's interesting, that the 2 villains who are kind of maybe the main villains and the main, I guess, characters, adversary or maybe quasi-ally characters in Catwoman's case in the Batman movie are the most, I guess, money or, possession-oriented Batman characters. So I'm wondering what, if that's a clue as to what the plot of Matt Reeves' Batman movie is going to be like. I could be overthinking it, I probably am. Like, the other 4 villains might be people, like Mr. Freeze or, Poison Ivy or something, which would throw that whole thing out of whack about them only being villains who are only interested in like the money and the status, the way that, Penguin and Catwoman are. I think Catwoman's like basically just a klepto, actually. I don't know. I haven't done an analysis in Catwoman, but I don't know if she cares about being a status seeker. I think she likes the thrill and just like stealing stuff and having them. But, Penguin, I felt, was like more like status oriented and, wanted to move up in life on the gangster path. Like he didn't want to do it legitimately. He wanted to be like an arms dealer. But again, like I said, Penguin has never, unlike other Batman villains like Ra's al Ghul or something, the Penguin does not care about taking over the world or anything. He just wants money and power and status. He's, a realistic criminal. Because that's what most criminals want in real life anyway, who are robbing banks and stuff. They don't want to take over the world. They just want to, get the money and the status. And that's kind of, what Catwoman wants. She just wants money and things. She doesn't care about taking over the world. So interesting. That's just an interesting parallel between those 2 characters, and I wonder if this movie, if they turn out to be 2 of the other, villains, supporting characters in the movie, if that'll factor in. Like, maybe this will be like a straight-up crime story, rather than Batman fighting some, person who wants to take over the world or some eco-terrorist. It'll be him versus some criminals who are just, trying to do bad stuff and make some money. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.